Just to give a little bit of history of what led to the 1968 Memphis sanitation workers strike at which Martin Luther King was killed. In 1968, according to an Associated Press article published this week, wages were so low that some workers, quote, had to stand in welfare lines to feed their families. Working conditions were so dangerous, men were dying on the job. And in fact, it was such an incident of death on the job that prompted the strike. Apparently, after two workers were crushed to death in a truck's trash compactor. That's what led to the sanitation workers to go on strike on February 11th. And of course, workers are still killed on the job in this country. Just ask the folks working on the BP oil rig and Deepwater Horizon outside of the Gulf Coast in Louisiana a couple of years ago at the BP oil explosion. We remember the oil spill, but there were 11 workers that were killed on that rig because the company didn't take the safety precautions needed to cement the pipeline in the water. But, of course, the workers in Memphis, Tennessee are marching once again 45 years later. 81-year-old Elmore Nickelberry, one of the original strikers, still drives a garbage truck at night, and he said, quote, "It looks like they're trying to take us down again, and they're marching to commemorate this week," or they did march, Dr. King's legacy 45 years later, make gains for worker solidarity. And, of course, the irony of it all is that in 1968, the minimum wage was more than $10 an hour in today's dollars. Today, the minimum wage, or it was close to $10 an hour. Today, the minimum wage is $7.25. And so, as much as the struggle was brutal then, and we may have made some progress, in fact, we haven't made much progress because the minimum wage still remains too low to live on. That's what the fast food workers were striking about. And honoring Martin Luther King's legacy means standing with them and standing for paid sick leave, and I would say standing against the Keystone Pipeline too, but that's just my take. Take Action News continues. After this, we're going to be talking with our activist of the week, Jose Antonio Vargas, founder of Define American. You're going to want to stay tuned for this. He's a fascinating person and really a hero for immigrant rights.